I was 16. My best friend at the time, Heather, had just been to Hilton Head, South Carolina on a family trip. She told us she met this really cool guy on the beach, and his name was Harry. Harry was an older guy, maybe 32 or 40, who knows. But he was much older than college age. Heather said Harry was a beefcakey kind of guy that had a house in Hilton Head and that we all can go visit him anytime. She made him sound totally rad. And he had even met her mom. Now you have to understand my friend Heather. She was my best friend at the time. She was a striking, beautiful social butterfly that knew how to use her skills for getting what she wanted. She was one of those girls that you loved because she was just so fun, always getting us free beer, free movies, free car rides, all sorts of things. Anyway, we all liked that about Heather, and even though we weren't as bold as she was with it, we all played along and benefited just fine. So now it's spring break, and we needed a place to go that was cheap, and that's where Harry came in. Heather threw out the idea of Hilton Head to us with the allure of a free place to stay, and we listened. There were 4 of us, all girls, all 16. And maybe a little naive, maybe. But we all put our faith in Heather in scoring us a free place to stay, and never thinking much about who this guy was. Just the excitement of getting out of Salem, Ohio for spring break was enough. When we landed at the Georgia airport, Uncle Harry picked us up in his pool cleaning truck. We all jumped in the back of his pickup truck, pool cleaning equipment and all. Now I know what you're thinking. This sounds like a perfect intro to like a bad Dateline story or some unsolved mystery. I know. But all I can tell you is that as soon as we jumped in the back of Harry's pickup truck, we felt like it was going to be the best spring break ever. And we quickly settled into Harry's place. I remember him having to leave to go clean pools in the morning. He would drop us off at the beach, take us to stores and buy us beer. He even got us into bars since he knew some of the owners. He was pretty cool. Harry got his weed from neighbors that would stop over every now and then and visit. When we first met Jevin and Gavin, the 2 brothers that lived across the street, we had instant crushes. Jevin and Gavin were tall, mostly shirtless, tan surfer bodies, either barefoot or in Birkenstocks, which was so hot. And they both had dreadlocks. Again, hot. And we're in a band, which was like super hot. Pretty much a teenage girl's boner. The band they were in was called the Daily Planet. And Daily Planet consisted of their mom, their dad, their 2 sisters, 3 brothers, and a baby or 2. They would travel around town, playing for money, peddling their homemade tie-dye t-shirts. So when Jevin and Gavin would stop over to smoke, we tried our best to be mature and pretend that we were much more experienced. I don't think any of us had ever smoked pot before. We only pretended to like it. We generally preferred wine coolers and cigarettes, because we were the good girls. But now, we were good girls that could smoke blunts. To say we lusted hard over these guys was an understatement. We wanted nothing more than to spend as much time with them as we could so we can have their hippie free spirit, family band, tie-dye shirt making, weed smoking coolness rub off on us. We knew that guys in Salem, Ohio at our high school were not even as close to being this cool. And not to mention, hot. I mean, these guys wore patchouli, and I don't even think they went to school. They were like gods to us, and we wanted to be them. Dress like them, move to Hilton Head and be in a band, everything. We let them braid our hair, wrap it with colored thread, but only just one strand. So when they told us they didn't eat meat, we didn't even question the reason. I don't even recall them telling us why. We didn't even care. We just all decided right there and then that we were going to be vegetarians. We went down to Hilton Head as preppy teenagers, and we returned to Salem, Ohio as teenage hippies. I remember being so excited to sport my Daily Planet tie-dye t-shirt down the hall with my ribbed shorts, my flip-flops, and my threaded single braid in my hair. And I would purposely separate it from the rest of my hair so that when I walked down the hall, it was viewed by all the less cooler kids to see. Everyone was so impressed with our trip. We felt like we were part of this secret club that only we were in, and we shared inside jokes and secret gestures. It was great. And all I knew was that when I was cruising through Taco Bell with all my friends, and I ordered my Nacho Supreme with no meat, it made me feel like I was superior and super cool. Especially when the lady at the drive-thru would give me a, "You're so weird" look. I guess you can say at 16 I was easily influenced, but I also had a strong need to be different and a burning desire to go against my small-town ways. But at least I wasn't a flake. It's been 21 years since that spring break trip, and I have not eaten a single piece of meat. And I can attribute it all to Uncle Harry and the traveling band of hot-ass hippies.